Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, a podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 345, season 14. Today's date is July 9th, 2024, and welcome to the show. Yes, I'm back after a week. I'll explain why. For today's program, I'm going to talk about the Olson Park Waterfalls. That's from the Olson Rug Company that was located on the northwest side of Chicago. I'll talk about its history of that. Also, I will do a tribute to Jacqueline Belushi-Pisano. She's the widow of John Belushi, and I'm going to talk about my memories of her and about the legacy that she kept going for her husband, John Belushi. And I'll talk about her biography and other stuff as well. Okay, but first, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Burger Chef Kids Meals. And they were not kids meals. They were fun meals. And this one is a Star Wars fun meal. And it was one of the first fun meals that they did for children, for fast food. I don't know exactly when McDonald's started. Maybe the same time. I think much later, I believe. So I think Burger Chef was the first. So here's a commercial from 1978, And this is when Star Wars was huge, in popularity. And it's still a popular movie. I still love the movie. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show. Thank you.
Burger Chef introduces Star Wars Fun Meals for your kids. A hamburger, french fries, and Coca-Cola. Imagine how much fun your kids will have. Star Wars Fun Meals. Collect all 7. Only at Burger Chef.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Burger Chef fun meal that was a Star Wars, that did promotional, ads and commercials for the 1977 movie Star Wars, and there were 7 of them, 7 fun meals, with Burger Chef. Burger Chef, I did a podcast episode of Burger Chef a while back, which was very interesting. In the news, what was it, last week? Jack in the Box was going to return to Chicago, and that was huge news, and this was divided. People loved it. People didn't want it. People had bad memories. People don't like the food today. People love the food today. It's mixed results, really. The last time I had Jack in the Box was, I was in San Diego. I attended Comic-Con, the convention, and there was a Jack in the Box about 3-4 blocks away. And I went there. I had a hamburger. I don't know what it's called now. Some fries and a Coke. It was okay. Yeah, it wasn't like that. So I don't remember seeing the tacos in the menu. But according to some people on Facebook, and social media, the tacos were greasy, and they were like that in the 70s, but they're awesome, and they're great. It's just like White Castles. You're out late at night, and you're hungry, and you have a craving, you eat those. Okay. Well, get back to Burger Chef. It was around for quite a while. Then they closed in the early 80s. There was a murder took place in Indianapolis. There were several employees that were murdered at that time. It was horrible. And then he just sold it like that. But I remember the advertisements. I remember the commercials. I used to watch them on Channel 9, Channel 32. And, they had the Fun Burger and all that. And it was great. So who knows? I don't know. I doubt Burger Chef will come back. I don't think so. So I don't see that happening. No, I don't. I don't see. I don't see that at all. So one of the meals they had. No, one of they had a Star Wars Darth Vader card game. That was in. That was one of the games, and that was one of the toys they had. They had C-3PO, and all that, and it's good. But they're very collectible. They're very high and collectible. So they're if you find them on eBay, good luck. You could find them, and so if you're a Star Wars fan, I hope you get it because they're hard to find. They really are. And it's kind of cool. I saw some of them on eBay. Some asked for a lot of money, and in good condition too. Yeah. They did that. They have them like that. And Star Wars is still a huge movie. They've made a lot of movies, To tell you the truth, I've not seen the sequels yet. I want to, but I've only seen the first 3. I got to get into that. I don't know what it is. I'm a TV viewer. I like TV shows. I'm not a big movie viewer. So hopefully I'll get into that. Also, Harry Potter. I've seen 1, the last one. Doesn't make sense at all. So, because I'm intrigued by that. But I'm a comic book fan, and I like comic book movies, and I've seen most of them. Mostly DC, like that. I've seen Marvel a few, so I got to catch up. Like that. So that took us back to a time that was fun, Burger Chef, I wouldn't bet on it coming back. I don't think so. But, Jack in the Box is, but we'll see. But, it's returning next year. And they already announced the locations of it. So that's cool. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Olson Park Waterfalls that was located on the northwest side of Chicago. And I will talk about my tribute to Judy Jacqueline Belushi-Pisano, the widow of John Belushi. Before I get started, I want to explain the reason why I didn't do a podcast Sunday. Here it is. My brother came home unexpectedly. He's retired from teaching in California. He was a geography instructor. He told me months ago he's retiring. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. He's done this for 24 years, and he misses us, and he's all alone over there, so he wants to come back. And he returned Sunday morning, way early. We didn't know he was coming, and he didn't want to ring the doorbell. He just called on his iPhone and woke up the house, that's great, And he got here about 7:00 in the morning. He took the red eye, and he says, I'm staying. I don't know how long he's staying, probably to the end of the month, or maybe till next month. We'll see. He was planning to go to Greece, in the summer, but I don't see that happening. I don't care as long as they're here. The reason is I have not seen him in almost 5 years, because he was here in 2019, and that was before I got diagnosed with prostate cancer, and that was in December. And he came in the summer, and then COVID hit. He couldn't travel, and then he got sick, and he couldn't travel, and he was trying, and we just talk on the phone all the time, and it's okay. I have my mom, and my brother here, for support, and they took me to the doctor, and the offices in the hospital and all that, but I kept, touch base with him with all that, but I'm glad he's here, and he's so happy. And my mom's happy, my brother's happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy. Almost everyone I know is they pretty much know that he's here. So that's good. I don't know what his plans are. He's not going back to California. Well, he is going back. He's got to put his house up for sale. He's got to clean up and all that. And, put the house up for sale, sell his car, donate his stuff to Goodwill and all that, and then come home for a little bit. He might get his own apartment, maybe. He's planning, I don't know if he's going to stay in Chicago. I don't know. Maybe move out of state, somewhere else. Maybe he said he was going to go to Greece to live. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people about that. They say, nah, it's nice to visit, but living there permanently is not ideal. No, because, the healthcare is kind of, and we'll see about that. I want him to stay here. He don't have to stay in the house. He can get his own place. That's fine. He can afford it. That's no big deal. But he'll be here. So I'm very happy. I'm elated, very elated that he's here. And so is my mom. Oh my God, she's so happy. She missed him terribly, But he's doing okay. He's doing fine. Yeah. So, and he's happy about the podcast. I tell him what I talk about every week. And he loves it. He has listened to some of the episodes. Someone asked me if he wants to join me in an episode. He doesn't want to do it. And I said, fine. I don't force people to join me in an episode. No. If I was asked on an episode, yes, I will do that. If I want to ask somebody to join on a podcast episode, I have asked a couple people, but I'm trying to work that out, because I'm still a little how to work this out. So far, I'm doing it by myself. I get the hang of it. Now they have a new format I'm doing. It's been around for about quite a while, and I'm still a little rusty. So we'll see about that. I would like to have a guest. I would love that. We'll work. I think you could do it with a computer, with Zoom and all that. You could do that. But we'll see about that. I would love to have someone to talk to, anything with Chicago history. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about the Olson Rug Company, but not talk about the company. I'm going to talk about something specific. The Waterfalls that was located at the headquarters of Olson Rugs. And a lot of people at that time, back then, remember this wonderful tourist attraction. And when I was growing up as a kid, I used to hear whispers and mentions about this place. And, I never gave a second thought, what are they talking about? And then later on, when I got into playing Chicagoland, before that, Chicago Extinct Businesses, that's what it's called before, got me very intrigued. Same thing with Riverview Park. So I did some digging on the history of that. And, when I was growing up as a kid, I used to see the commercials for Olson Rug Company. Okay. And so, I used to watch them on TV and all that. And then I didn't tie the waterfalls with that. How silly I was. So that was a big tourist attraction. And that was located in the Avondale, neighborhood on the northwest side of Chicago. And it was located on the northwest corner of West Diversey Avenue and North Pulaski Road. I always say South Pulaski Road because I used to live nearby South Pulaski Road. It's North Pulaski Road. Okay. And that was, either you rode the bus, the CTA, like on a Green Hornet, or you would drove by it. You would see this phenomenal landmark maybe it was a landmark. I don't think it was. I don't know. But I guess it was a big attraction. And people, you can't take your eyes off of it, according to some people. And you don't see waterfalls like that unless you go to Niagara Falls or Victoria Falls or like that. Angel Falls, any kind of falls like that. But this is something unique, and it happened in Chicago. And so I'll give you the history of this real quickly, so you can understand. So it was called the Olson Park Waterfall, and it was a park, and there was a waterfall complex that was built by the owner of Olson Rugs. His name was Walter E. Olson. And it was next to his factory, and it was on the northwest corner, of course, on Diversey and Pulaski. And it was opened in, let's see, I got the year. I think it was 1935. Yeah, 1935. Walter Olson was inspired to recreate that landscape because he had a vacation home in northern Wisconsin. And he figured, why not? Why don't I build something here? And maybe there was a waterfall, nearby or something like that. And he just got an idea. So it was built in 1935, and people went there to the park. They went to walk around. They went to see the falls. I don't know if they did picnics there. Maybe, probably. And they also decorated for the holidays. They did it for Christmas. They did it for Halloween. Oh, I like to see pictures of that. Christmas. That would be gorgeous. Gorgeous like that. And so, like that. So, I wish I've seen it. I wish I have seen it, but unfortunately, it closed when I was very young, and it closed, I think, about 1971. I think, the early 70s. Yeah, it was 1971, and Marshall Field bought the complex, but they bought it years before. They bought it in 1965, about 6 years prior. And, according to an article, the Chicago Tribune named Olson Park one of the Chicago's 7 lost wonders. I can understand that. And so, like I said before, I wish I had seen what it was like that. If you go now, let's see. If you go now, according to Google Maps, it's a parking lot now. I think, yeah, I think it's a parking lot, and they have a little plaza a little north of there, and there's a Ross for Less over there. Across the street is the warehouse that Marshall Field had. They had it for many years. Of course, Marshall Field closed. It's Macy's now, and now it's a Cermak grocery store, or like that. Or I don't know if it's a warehouse or it could be a warehouse or something like that. It was like Cube Smart and also Cermak. They had these produce stores around the Chicagoland area, like that. And then if you jaywalk right across the street, there's a Binny's there. There might be a Walgreens, and then across the street from that, it's the Golden Pancake House. I don't know if it's still there. I think it was a Golden Pancake or Golden Nugget. No, it's a Golden Nugget. Yeah, I don't know if it's still there. I don't know. Maybe. So, when I post, sometimes I see this on Facebook. When they post that, it brings a lot of memories to some people that lived in the neighborhood, near Logan Square, and families went there for picnics, or they just went there to escape the, if it's nice outside, they just want to sit on the grass or at a table and just watch the falls. And it's so serene, it makes you feel relaxed to see that. Sounds nice. Yeah. So, there might be discrepancies of what I talked about, what's there right now. But the thing is, I've never been there. I'm a South Sider, so I don't know the whole story of that. It's been featured on television, on WTTW, Channel 11, like with Jeffrey Bear. He does specials on those. And he did talk about the Olson Park Waterfalls. Yeah. So that's nice. Olson Rug, they continue to be in business. I don't think they are anymore. I think they were sold or just closed up shop. I think later on in the early 2000s, maybe later, I don't know. There was one store nearby my house at 95th Street and Southwest Highway. It said Olson. The sign is still there, but I don't think it's Olson Rugs. No, I think it's some other company, another rug company, but they sell rugs there. But I remember driving there for many years, and they had that sign, Olson Rugs. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Okay. Right now I'm going to take a quick break, not bake. I'm talking too fast. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and I'll do my tribute to Judith Jacqueline Belushi-Pisano, and she's the widow of John Belushi. Okay, just hang in, folks, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I am back, I hope. And you're not hoping. It's something I'm used to saying that. Right now, I'm going to talk about Judith Belushi. She's got several names. She passed away recently. Yeah, she passed away on July 5th, 2024, at Martha's Vineyards in Massachusetts. She had cancer. She was 73, I believe. And she was married to John Belushi. And I remember when I watched Saturday Night Live during that time in the 70s, sometimes or read magazines about John Belushi, they featured his wife. They were photographed together. She was born in Wheaton, Illinois, January 7, 1951. She wasn't an actress. She was just the wife of John Belushi, but she did some acting, which I never noticed this. She was she appeared in two movies that John Belushi starred in. One was Animal House. She was in that, and also in The Blues Brothers. Yeah. If you watch these movies again, you try to find her, you try to see her there. So they were married in 1976, and they stayed together until he died. He died of a drug overdose, and that was terrible. That was really bad because I don't know, because John Belushi had he was going crazy, with the drug abuse and all that, and I don't know how she put up with that. It's nuts like that. So she was interviewed. I remember her being interviewed after he passed away. When they did, she was being interviewed, and she, and she talked about her life with him. Okay, and I believe she was still mourning for him, because it was just bad what he did, with the all that. And he died in the that hotel, the Charon Marmont or something like that. I passed by when I visited LA. I stayed at the Hyatt on the Sunset Strip, and I saw that hotel. And I looked at that hotel. It was like, wow, that's where John Belushi died. I was going to ask the front desk, where is the room that he died in? And I wasn't going to do that. Nah, that's too morbid. So, anyway, she remarried, and to I think his name was Vincent Pisano. And she had one child, and then she became a grandmother. But they divorced in 2010. And but she I found something else. She was a radio producer in New York, and then they didn't meet in Wheaton, so they met in New York. So. Which is a shame like that. And then they made the documentary about John Belushi, I think in 2010. And she was interviewed, and she talked about him. And she was involved with the events with the Blues Brothers, with Dan Aykroyd, and then I think Jim Belushi, John Belushi's brother. He filled in to do to be the Blues Brothers, and they did benefits and charities and all that. So that's kind of a shame, And when I heard about the news that she passed away, it was like, oh, that's so sad, that if she ran into people, say, we're sorry for John, like I've heard like complaints from people. Why didn't you save them? Why didn't you do something? I don't know. That's none of their business, but I don't know. People like John Belushi don't listen, because they're too consumed like that. And it's a shame that he passed away, because he had an enormous talent of making people laugh, and he was awesome. If you still watch him on Saturday Night Live, the reruns, you can't take your eyes off of him, because he's so talented with all these characters he did. They said a lot of people like him in the cheeseburger sketches, cheeseburger. That it was good in that, but I like him Samurai. He was awesome in that. He's talking gibberish. I don't think it's Japanese. We don't know like that. So my heart goes out to the family, and my condolences to a very wonderful woman, who just I don't know. She put up with him like that, and she kept the legacy going. She kept it going, because we don't want John Belushi to be forgotten. No, not to a man like that. No way. Okay. So that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talk about. I'll talk about the Olson Rug Company and its Waterfalls. And then I did my tribute to Judith Belushi-Pisano. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found. If you tap on an app and tap following, you will listen to the latest episodes and listen to previous episodes. They will be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, whatever apps are available, Castro, Overcast. Also, it'll be on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. Okay, you do that. You can take your mouse and click on that. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. And people still ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? Go to YouTube. Type in the search engine, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. You will find it, or type my name, Pete Costanas. Tap subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the previous episodes if you'd like, or listen to the latest one. You'll get a notification. on your phone or your tablet or on your desktop. Also, it'll be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, and also Reddit. I don't think I've forgotten anything. No, I think that's it. I will probably do another podcast episode this weekend. I'll see. It depends on my time. I'm spending a lot of time with my brother. We got a lot to catch up. So probably, yeah, I think so. Yeah, he doesn't want me hanging around all the time. That's okay because I don't want to get sick of each other like that. We'll see about that. Okay. Yeah, so probably this weekend. Yeah, probably one, maybe two, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this is Pete Costanis, your host for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is kind of cloudy. I think it's going to rain this afternoon, most likely. So it hasn't been hot, but I know it's going to get hot later this weekend. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little travel music from Ray Rayner saying bye-bye-bye. And one last thing. I mentioned this on the last episode. I will do the 60th anniversary of Ray Rayner and Friends on a special podcast episode later on. It will probably be the end of the month or early next month. And I will do a video and I'll write a story on my blog. So this will be kind of cool. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay. So again, here's Ray Rayner saying bye-bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.